Today's episode is about lifting the engine and the gearbox
out of the engine bay. After much discussion of who's going to do what, the guys lifted the table off the deck, the hatch came up, and Damon and I took the last bits off the motor. Come in!
Nice.
Oh, that's loud. Everything's resonating against the metal.
Yeah.
There are no heroes in boat building.
It's not true.
We've got to separate the gearbox from the motor. We've got to pull the bolts, and then we're going to give the motor a little bit of height, and hopefully they'll just come away nicely.
We've taken a sunken fishing trawler and converted her to a community-funded expedition and research boat crewed by volunteers from around the world.
Because life's too short not to fight for your dream. Awkward position, some of these things, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them are really difficult. That's why car mechanics end up swearing at engineers.
Yes.
Jesus, you're right.
Oh.
You know what? There's absolutely no bolts underneath there.
Ah, that's how you did it.
I knew I could get them. Wait, we'll get rid of the roof, lift this up and take the weight, and we can just undo these, and then we should be able to just slide the motor forward. This will stay put, and there should be no real tension holding it. Like, it's not like a car gearbox where you got a spline. Like it's, there is a spline, but it's big clearance spline. Like it won't hold itself. So the plan is to use the 2-ton chain block here, and we're going to lift the main engine straight up. So we'll lift it up about 2 inches, then we're going to spin it around 90 degrees, because as you can see in the orientation it is now, it's not going to fit out this hole. So we spin it 90. The gearbox is held in with a couple of bolts. So any good mechanic will always leave some bolts in, and then they'll lift the motor and forget that the bolts are in, and they'll just shake the gearbox off and just let it drop on the floor.
Let it drop on the way out.
Yeah, we've got all the bolts out except for 4 on the actual mounts themselves. So the gearbox itself is still bolted to the boat. The engine has got 4 big bolts, 2 on each side, that's holding the engine to the gearbox, and there's a couple of bolts at the front holding the engine to the boat. So we're going to hook these up, take the weight with the chain blocks, and then we'll belt all of the bolts out, rattle gun them out, and then the plan is to basically lift the engine ever so slightly and push it forward about 2 inches to get it clear of the gearbox, spin the motor, bring it up, and dump the motor down here on the deck. So we'll lift it up and crab it over with the second chain block to pull it sideways and dump it down here. We'll then get rid of this acro stand, and we'll move it behind the engine. So we have to bring the engine far enough forward that we can move this stand to the back. Once we've done that, we get rid of this acro, hook up the chain block out here, and then a second chain block to the back of the boat, and then we lift it up and over this lip just here, and we crab it all the way out using the 2, just like we did with this hatch. We use the 2 chain blocks to basically work our way up and then sideways, up, sideways, and we just keep going until the motor is sitting basically at the back of the boat. And at that point, they can get the forklift and they can use what's called the jib. It's basically looks like a crane that's attached to the front of the forklift. They can then pick the motor up off the back of the boat and then take it down onto a pallet on the ground and move it around and do whatever we need to do.
When you say crab it along, what do you actually mean by that?
So crabbing with, you need 2 chain blocks or two lifting things. So basically you take the weight with one that's pretty much right above whatever it is you're trying to lift, and then you hook a second one onto your hook or your lifting strap, and you go as horizontal as you can. So you lift it up and then you pull it sideways and then drop it down, and then you move this along and you just keep repeating. So you're basically walking sideways, so crabbing. So the plan is to use our safety orange rail and have a little trolley that lifts up and just slides along, and it looks ever so graceful, and that's not happening because the post didn't work out quite perfectly.
Yeah.
Murphy got involved. We'll use this when we put everything back in, but for now this is just a lifting beam at the moment. But yeah, and that's why we're crabbing it rather than rolling on a trolley that's designed to roll along this here.
And if you're like me and you're wondering why do this and just not use the beams at the top, you can see that there's a weak bit here. This is where the
between here and this beam here and that beam just up over there, there's no strength in this roof. It's only 3mm thick roof steel.
This, you can see the size of this
piece of polystyrene
panel really is the size of where we would have cut out if we were using a crane to pull the motor out through the roof.
We decided to do this because it means we don't have to chop the boat apart.
So that's why you can see here, There's a beam, it stops there, and there's another stop there, and this is why we needed this.
Yeah. And this is
psychedelic beam.
Yeah, this is plenty strong enough. That's why we're using it as a lifting point, basically.
When it's coming up, you're spinning.
Yep.
And it's going to come up and then go that way.
Correct.
And there's no acro underneath the floor.
No. So if we do a bit of a spiral, and you have a look down there, this here is a structural member, and that's curved, so it'll take a huge amount of weight. We've hung the entire motor weight off the structural member before with nothing below it, so that's why I know that, like, we can rest something on above it and be safe. We can put an acro up in this area and still be safe. Hey, big dog. Front over there, this at the back, and maybe it might go like one there, something like that. Yeah, and then so see the there's like a black piece of steel coming out.
Yeah.
That on either side, I think we'll just plonk down onto that.
Yep.
Yeah. Noise.
Clear.
Hello.
Hello.
It's not a handle. So just take a little bit of weight. Probably enough. I'll give you one. Just do one.
Just the bottom one?
Yeah, that'll do. I think I cracked them a couple of days ago.
You already cracked it before?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Just watch your head on the thing there.
Yeah. Okay. May drop. Moving. There we go.
Is it actually off mounts in the front?
Not sure yet.
There we go.
There we go. All right, lovely, and that fell, which is good. Probably still can't get these in. Where'd that screwdriver go?
Yeah, there we go.
There she is.
Oh, you got it?
Yep. Yeah, nothing should fall off. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so just spin it around. See the angle of this thing here and this one?
Yep.
They're not letting the motor come up,
Oh, I see.
so we can only go forward.
You can see clearly now.
Yeah. The rain has gone.
Sorry.
That's very good.
If you hold tension on that, I'll wiggle it, and then we might be able to just walk it out.
Proceed there.
Bit more. Just got to get it past that mount. So what we're coming up against, right? So we've undone this. The engine has slid out and slid back in, and it moves around. But because of the angle of this and the one on the other side, you come back there. These tip in. So this way on this side, and on the other side it tips back that way. What it means is this bell housing can't physically go straight up. So we have to move one of these mounts off to the side, get rid of it so that we can get the engine to move out of the engine room. Now, in order to do that, we have to essentially unbolt one of the mounts from the gearbox here. But the bolts at the bottom of the mount is very, very tight.
So our backup plan is actually moving the shaft back. If we go through and undo the bolts right around this area here, we can slide that shaft about 4 inches back and then allow the gearbox to slide back, and that'll give us the clearance to move that engine straight up. These bolts holding the prop coupling onto the gearbox output shaft are quite large, so we use our 3/4 drive impact socket set that was donated by Michael Wood, while safety and Q&A is being provided by Cat. In order to get these bolts off, if I just haul on them, the propeller will spin, so we get a crowbar and jam it in between some of the bolts already on the prop shaft, get the impact socket and line it up on the bolt itself, and then get a big pipe. Hence the reason I'm using the impact sockets, because I do need to haul on these, they're pretty tight. Once we work our way around and crack all of these off, we're able to just buzz them out. They're fine thread, so that we can get a lot of tension on these when we need to tighten them up properly.
So you're in a hurry, well you better calm down.
bolts out, we can easily slide the propeller shaft backwards.
I realised we don't actually have to take the mounts off the gearbox and therefore have to, you know, hang it from the roof or anything. All we need, now that we've got 4 inches of clearance on the prop shaft, if we just move the gearbox back a couple of inches, this will be clear. We can just lift the engine straight out. We leave the mounts on the gearbox, they do all the supporting.
Oh, you're saying it'll sit on the metal?
Leave it on the mounts.
Yeah,
leave the mounts do
Slid that back already?
Yeah, it's all done.
Sweet!
It's all done. Hey, good for a bit. Now that we've got this side out and that side out on the mounts for the gearbox, we're unbolted from the engine itself. We're going to drag the whole thing back. We've got 3-4 inches here to move it back, and that's going to give us enough clearance to get the bell housing clear of the engine mounts. So these are the oil cooling lines for the gearbox. They go to the keel cooling. Probably no oil in them because gravity's probably
No oil.
squeezed it all out. So if we can just hook it somewhere, that'll do. Let's hook it onto the engine monitoring.
Yeah, no worries.
So we'll get rid of, this is the first one, we'll get rid of the second one over here. Once that's done, then the gearbox is essentially disconnected from the boat. So that just flopped back. It's tipping forward, but that's fine. We just need to basically lever it and pop the...
Yep. We're going to take the motor
Done.
first.
While it's getting expanded, guys.
That's that, done.
It's just sitting there.
Now's the earplug time. Hey, there we go. Okay. There it is. Whatever you did worked really well then.
Oh.
That was enough. Can you... Get rid of that.
Okay, enough of that.
We need the shackle off too. Stay out of the way of the beam too. Actually, we should put hard hats on.
Okay, if I start a twist.
Yep.
Look at this.
I'm going to climb up and do this from up top.
Alright.
That one.
Just watch that mount, get caught on that mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going until it's sitting there because it can't fall.
Don't think you want to come up now, just I'd hate anything to happen from that height.
At the back there, there's a...
So we're looking for it. It's all good.
We're good.
We can do it up here with boots. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
all,
come
it's all
up.
good.
Just hate anything to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing will, but just in case.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better if it drops on an empty room.
Yeah. Almost there, little man.
If it falls, don't follow after it. Just
Don't be brave, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I'd rather...
Almost.
Pretty close.
Can we go?
Not, yeah, by the time you lift it up,
Actually, it's going to lift up when we go sideways with the other block.
but a little bit more. Sorry.
Let's try it.
That looks pretty good, Damien.
Okay.
Got it.
We may have to move these in a little bit more.
Because we've got it on the chain, it's going to want to twist.
You're going to have to go up a bit, I think, eh?
Okay.
Did you want to bring it across parallel?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll lift it up.
That's good. I think that's just enough.
Yeah, and it'll lift when I pull this in as well.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Yeah, maneuver it around that thing.
Yeah.
This way?
I think.
Yeah, you can come in. You can come in on a diagonal. It's like you can come in on a diagonal. It's fine.
Like this?
Yeah. It's still coming one way.
I can push it that way a bit.
It wants to be right here.
Okay.
It likes it here.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Don't you need to drop that a little bit to pull
Yeah.
it?
Can you drop that a little bit? So just it's the one in your left hand. Just go ever so slightly. Just tug on it. Yep, that's it. Come down a bit more.
Yeah, a bit more.
You ball.
Good.
A bit more.
Stop, stop.
Yeah.
It's like I'm instructed trying to land.
Yeah.
Bit more.
Yeah.
As I come in, you go out. So these go in.
So we leave it diagonal and then straight
Yeah.
to go out there.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going to get it in far enough for this act.
Okay.
We're going to bring it as far this way. We're going to come forward a metre. The weight will be on this part of the deck. So the problem is this is slipping. The yellow's slipping.
Yellow
So-
slipping.
So we
Okay.
need to spin it so that it's not. We need to spin it that way. I'm gonna ease off.
Just going to sit on the stuff.
Lift it. Yep, go.
Right.
So I'm gonna shackle it so it can't move.
Okay. I'll lock this up a bit.
I'll pull it my way a wee bit,
Yeah.
and then as you ease off as I come this way.
Okay. So I need to weight off the stump first.
As you weight on the stump.
Just
Oh, you gotta weight
slightly.
off the stump.
Not much. It's just barely there.
Yeah, weight off the stump.
Yeah, lift, so
Come
lift.
up a little bit.
How are we?
Keep going.
But just tipping it.
Yeah, just keep going. Take the weight. So see if we can spin it more now.
Yep.
Lift it.
If we can get that past the ankle.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, come down on the. Take a pinch. Okay, come down a bit more. Perfect.
One way to do it.
Oh, that's easier now. Okay, so, how much height have we got off the deck?
This one's. You go about 2 inches.
If we go down there, have we got enough motor hanging over to stay on the deck?
No.
No, you're going to go forward just a
Okay,
little.
so we need to
We'll
rotate it.
rotate it, yeah.
Well, no, if you went all the way to the end, you'll catch the back of the motor.
Can we try and get that under the corner?
Yep.
If I lift that.
You put it right
Push
to the
it
end.
right forward.
Right forward.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, hang on, you know what I can do? I can just put a strop up here, this one, and I can get this one free and take some load. I'm going to move this to here so that we can move that one
Yep,
forward
okay.
because it's on too much of an angle.
If I put the wood under it,
Will it go under
Can I
now?
just do that?
Try it.
It's about there.
Try
Pretty
Let's put it right at the end.
Yeah.
it. Do you want
Turn on, Jess.
just lower it down there?
Sweet, right there.
Do you want to just try it?
Right down.
What's that?
Lower it.
Yeah, try that. Stop. Jess, can you just eyeball it and see if it's going to crack anything or do anything funny?
Yep.
I think it will
I don't think we're like going to be fine.
Because we're going low, we're going slow.
Yeah.
It's just on a wee bit of an angle, but I think we'll be alright.
That's okay. Alright, just go down there slow.
You're on now.
Keep coming down.
Yep.
You're
You're
touching.
right on.
Keep coming down. If we can get that loose, we can just slide that along. We can't fall backwards because we've got two things holding the load.
I've got no load.
No, that's good.
Yeah, and just
You get this side, I'll get this side.
Alright. I'm just going to do it.
I think you're running out of height. You're running out of height.
Let's get it as high as we can and put blocks under it,
Okay.
and then we'll come up with another plan to get more height. You heard it right. And now let's stop that. Stop and slide.
Is that a dance?
Roughly. We found the load limit of that chain.
Yes.
So that bit's still fine, it's just this bit here that's
Well,
failed.
I'd rather have it sitting this way.
So the chain was a bit daggy. We bought some new chain, and we also changed the way that we're bolting it onto the engine as well. We realised that it was the angle that we were pulling it on. We were stretching one link in two different directions. That was never going to work, so we modified our plan.
So what I'm thinking is that block of wood, once we're up high enough, I want to try and get that block of wood between the sump so that it hits the wood and goes over the wood rather than hits the steel hard.
Yep.
Go for it. Just, as it comes up, just take the tension with that, like take, yeah, just keep ratcheting it. Yeah.
Just got a bit of tension there.
Are we going to have enough
Okay,
clearance?
looks.
Are we going to have enough clearance? We've got 200 mil to go.
It's tricky.
Getting close.
Very close, isn't it?
It's coming.
It's not straight anymore though.
No.
I think it's cockeyed now.
Okay, the idea's not working.
You have to cut the lip, right?
No, we've got a new plan where we can get more height. Don't lift from the top of the motor, lift from lower down.
Oh, I see.
So I can have this one lifting the big engine mount on a triangle so that it's nice and stable, and that one can lift the bell housing at the back so it's nice and stable, so it's much, much lower.
No, that's it. Yep.
Pretty flat right
Perfect.
there.
Okay.
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 So just check it all before you...
So you were saying this morning about, from a safety perspective,
So it might be a bit hard to see on camera, but everything we did, we planned out. There was always an escape plan, the safety and well-being of everyone in mind. The other thing is, clearly Jess and Damien have a plan on how to get this engine out, so Dennis and I are here to help. But the other part is there wasn't a strong authority gradient, and that's really, really important. So there wasn't a dominant person really, I guess, dictating how to do things from a health and safety point of view. So we all had the freedom to raise issues. We felt very comfortable to raise issues and to yell out if we saw something that we weren't totally comfortable with. And look, another example is we got to, 5 p.m. yesterday, and we decided, actually, we're getting too tired. So that was a good call. We're getting fatigued. We're getting to quite a tricky bit of the operation now, trying to get the sump over the lip here. It is quite tricky. And we just decided it was getting late in the day. We were getting all too tired. So we pulled up stumps. We stabilised the motor for the engine for the night. And now we're going to pick this up. I've stayed a bit longer to try and... so the pressure's on. No, it's not. To get this done in 3 hours. So I'd be much more comfortable to have this over the edge on the back deck there. So.
and you made a really good point. Duncan came in this morning and, and said it may not look like we're taking precautions as we're going along because you know, it's all action, so we're not explaining as we go along. So I thought that was really good. So we wanted Duncan to explain how it actually is. Yeah, a lot gets lost actually in the background.
It gets lost.
You don't realise it. And because I'm kind of often, because physically I can't participate as much as I'd like, I'm in the background, so I can see sort of more like an overview of safety. So I'll sometimes see something that when you're in the middle of it, you don't see. And that can come across as like I'm being a dogmatic sort of bossy boots, and I don't really care, because it's more important that I'm saying what I see and keeping everyone safe, and if people can misinterpret that, that's all good. What I thought was really interesting, when it did actually drop yesterday, it landed on blocks. The blocks were not far away, so it was actually really safe with it. It was really spectacular.
It was. We wondered what had happened, but yeah, as Jess said, there were blocks underneath. I was one side, Dennis was the other. And of course, what's going through your mind, what's just happened.
Yeah.
But we were far enough back that we only a step back and we're okay. And then what's going through your mind, is this going to tip or is it okay? And very quickly we worked out it landed on the blocks and all was safe. And you might be looking now and see Jess and I leaning on the motor, but there are blocks underneath. We're not relying on the chains.
I was just thinking, actually, something that the guys touched on was that when the chain broke and the engine dropped, it's kind of, yes, it's a dramatic thing, but at the same time it was really validating in the sense that all of our planning was for that to happen anyway, and it wasn't a big deal when it did. So yeah, that's why it was kind of cool that it happened, because it kind of showed, it's like, oh yeah, it's not really that much of a big deal. But.
And always, pretty much every time we do anything on BrewPeg, there's all these other variables that we don't share on camera, because otherwise we'd be talking the whole time, and you guys have said you don't like that, and we don't like that either. But the stuff that we don't say. So we've had some comments recently in Dame We Trust, and I really love that, because it's almost always, I mean, Dame makes mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, but mostly it's safe, and the stuff that we're considering in the background. And that's one of the reasons a lot of jobs are left unfinished, because timelines or parts or people have arrived and we have to move on to the next thing, and that thing can be finished in the water or whatever. So there's a crazy logic in the background to pretty much everything.
Well, it was a non-event virtually when the chain actually let go, because we already reblocked about 5 minutes before that, just to make sure there wasn't any kind of thing. And I got balled out, make sure my feet was all out of the way and everything like that. So it's all good. It's all good. And no one got hurt in this accident. Oh, did I say that right? Anyway, it's been great.
And you're not coming up till you're finished. So.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Damien, we've got a new box that's just arrived.
We do.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go, look.
What would it be?
So this just arrived. We've been waiting for this to arrive. This hopefully is our gantry trolley. So
you can just see this at Christmas time, can't you?
yeah,
Rip.
It's the right colour.
yeah,
Yellow.
safety yellow. So this is a trolley that I see they've cheaped out on the spaces, and they've just gone with 1 million washers.
Yeah, haven't they?
So basically, we need this here is held together with a big bolt, goes all the way through there, and you got 4 wheels, and these spin. It slides back and forth along the beam that we made. So you adjust the width of it by taking out these certified washers here, and yeah, that should make the whole job pretty easy, because we then can roll the motor as opposed to having to crab it so much. So crabbing's doable, but it's slow and cumbersome and awkward. And
we started the crabbing because we really didn't know whether this was even going to arrive.
No.
So we couldn't wait.
No. Oh look, that's definitely a certified weld. Alright, let's get this done. It didn't come with washers on the picture when we bought
No,
it.
it had larger...
Although this gives us finer adjustment, which
It
I'm
does.
kind of happy about. My thought was get rid of that and try and hook that joint into it, but I don't think we can, so you're probably going to have to... Maybe we just hook that straight around this beam.
Oh, could do, yeah.
So let's go. Can you just hold that? Yep, just hold that there.
way below those bolts.
Put it the right way around, eh? Perfect. How's that? That's pretty much spot on, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's too tight.
Maybe...
Is it?
Yeah, it is. But not
Do
many.
you need a couple of
many.
washers?
Now, are we allowed to have rides?
Yeah. It's safety, it's orange.
We've got a Flying Fox seat just out
We
there.
do rides?
How's that going to go? That's better.
Alright, so where are we up to?
So I'm just going to move this from there to...
Out there,
Are you happy with that where it is, or do you want to move
Yeah, I
it
think
along
we should,
a bit?
let's move it along. I think we should go at least one more.
Yep.
and then we'll do this bit. The trouble, if we go too far that way, we're going to struggle because we're going to be really hauling on this.
Well, it is, yeah.
So I think we go middle.
Go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we get it, if we need to go more, we'll block it.
Yep.
And then we'll just move
Take
it all
another
again.
bite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, how do we want to stop it from going off the end?
Yeah, I'm thinking a couple of clamps, like 2 clamps, so that if one slides, we've got a backup.
It's being mechanical about
You were.
it. Okay, can we make our way over to that?
Is it on?
Not yet.
Needs a bit of weight. There we go.
There we go. Yep.
So we have to figure out how we're going to lift it. So something in here maybe.
Listen, we're just going to
Yeah,
talk about
it's perfect.
safety here.
Sweet.
Okay. Hey, I just had a thought.
Yep.
Chain's not on.
That's a very good thought. This is the electronics guy on a spanner. You know, I haven't mentioned the word electronics once yet. Oh, damn.
If we were really trying to promote our own cause, we'd have some sort of monitoring going on while we're doing this.
That's right.
This shackle.
Well, you know, my disappointment, we didn't put up strain gauges yesterday on the I-beam.
So, am I right in saying
Yep.
how this is working? As you come closer, you're pulling that up.
So this.
So you're losing height, but it's actually bringing it forward.
Yeah, this is
right?
going to pull on the angle of the chain here. So it's going to pull up and forward at the same time on this angle here.
Yeah,
The back one is pretty much going to lift vertical,
yeah.
but that's
And
also
slide.
capable of sliding.
Yeah,
And then
perfect.
the very back small chain block, the little lever block, that's going to be as horizontal as we can, and that's just going to be doing control of the motor this way in this orientation. And then we're going to put clamps up here, so there's no way the trolley can come off the beam.
Yeah.
So and then it gives us a chance to do the whole thing really slow, so that we can just make sure that it's decent all the
And
way
you've got
through.
that distance to.
Yeah, so we're hoping that the motor's going to basically come down in here and drop, sit it here, and then we'll reorganise this end.
So you're going to be sitting on the lip.
On this thing where I'm standing right now. Eventually the motor will be 100% over here on this side of the lip,
Oh, you're rotating it, are you?
retaining the lip. Not-
Rotating the motor.
Oh, sorry, yes, rotating.
Ah,
the
right.
motor.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's halfway across the motor.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Okay, got you.
So when this thing lifts, it's probably going to come up another 6 inches.
Just brought up a really good point. We
Yes.
cannot rotate the motor right now. So what I'm thinking, I've just figured it out. Let's lift it up, get it most of the way out. We'll sit it on blocks. It won't be over the lip at this point.
No, so
And then
that'll be about there.
yeah.
And that happens.
So the front of the engine will be here.
Yes.
And then
Reposition this chain back here again.
yeah. But then what I'm thinking is we have to spin the motor. So I'm thinking I'll reposition this back here maybe.
Do you have to spin it? Because don't you have to get it all down that way?
No, we don't have to spin it.
If you sit it on the lip, leave it there, and then just move downwards.
Yeah, okay. No, you're
Saves
right.
one sort of
No,
extra.
you're right. I was
hand,
thinking the acro bit. We'll just move the acro.
So
We're gonna put the other.
yeah, so
piece in?
the other I-beam in.
Well, only once we're out the door.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So then the trolley can go here and
Yeah, okay, so
follow
once
this one
once
out.
we're halfway out,
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's I-beam it
Okay.
up. And,
You should be able to block it while it's on the lip, right? Blocks on the other side, blocks on this side.
So half the motor resting on the lip. The
One
other half
chain
on
holding it
the
steady
floor.
and
Yeah. So
I'm going to do a bit of a lift first, aren't I?
yeah, so you and me will do
You're
the
all
lifting.
Yeah, I think so.
So close.
We can as soon as I start lifting, we can tighten the small yellow up because that'll prevent this one from pulling it forward, which is what I'm trying to
Keep it off the edge.
Trying to avoid. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather have more tension on that one than this one in a way because that thing's going to stop it launching.
Yeah.
Eventually, we just got to figure out getting it up first and figure. But yes, we will get the blocks out soon.
Okay. You
Okay.
good?
All right, guys, you ready?
Yep.
Can we do a little bit of tension on Dennis's one?
Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
Quite a
just
bit
go a
there.
wee bit more. I just want to stop it from going forward.
Oh, okay. Go up.
Yeah, come up there. Okay, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a ratchet when you release
So
it.
you're going to be about to get a jump there.
We can make it happen.
So with the beam up, we've got the trolley set up, and we're lifting again from the top of the block this time so that we can rock the motor if we need to, but also just bring it straight out with the trolley and dump it at the back of the boat here.
We are links in the chain.
Yep. What just happened? Okay, Dennis, we're off.
Oh, take it easy here. You all right? You ran out of rope.
No, no, you keep going, you're right.
Easy's coming for the ride.
It's coming too fast, man. I don't like it.
Right. There, we stop him there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, maybe a touch more, just
All right.
just a touch more.
Okay.
Somewhere
I'd say
like
stop there, yep.
that. Okay, so
We are links in a chain. We are links in a chain. An important wagon on a moving train. In this we're all the same. We are links in a chain. Baby. We are links in a chain.
right, oil's quite slippery down here. Forward.
Getting lost. What's that? 250?
That's more like it.
Sounds about right. Are we clear of all those pipes?
In this we're all the same. We are links in a chain. We are links in a chain. All important wagon.
Okay.
Run with that, yep.
Yeah, all right. Okay, rolling.
Run with it. Yep. Rolling.
Rawhide.
Keep those cows a-rolling.
Where do you want? You want to go
Just
this way?
doesn't matter, just drop it down there and we'll get this.
Go for it.
I get the down bit.
Hell, I come 40,000 miles over here to see what them pretty little lips gonna do to me, babe. But every single time that
Just getting the chain ready to move.
You ready?
We good? Yep.
well, you might think you're driving me insane, but I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think you maybe ought to know this ain't my first rodeo. I've been well on.
It's good.
Is that stable like that? Okay, cool. All right, I'll get the car out of the way.
So, this is what was left after the motor's rested on it. You can see a little indentation there. Fantastic. So, we'll clean that up and replace that.
So that liner finishes just there. You can just make out the line in the light there. And if you run your fingernail over it like that, it shouldn't be flush, and they should stick up. I think from memory it was 7th hour, Carl was saying, and these are like basically bang on flush. So these liners are pounded down into the block. That's why they had shims on top. Some people have said shims are normal. They are, just not on the top. They normally go under the liner. And this had shims on top, which is essentially a bodge repair to solve liners being pounded down into the block. Is there any?
Actually, yeah, we could do that.
Is there any chance? Hang on. Is there any chance we can have it angled? Is there any chance we can have it angled? Because then your forks can go lower, and this won't get in the way of everything. Because you're not going to be able to lift it without hitting stuff.
How high was that go?
Well, we've got to try and clear this over here, so a couple of feet. But if you have this on an angle, if you, yeah, let's just drop this down and repositioned it on an angle rather than flat.
We can also go on this shackle and get rid of
Yes.
that.
Yep.
No, I ain't got the time to change your mind. 'Cause the bus is humming, are you staying, are you coming back? Well, you might think you drive me insane. I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think that
one of them.
maybe you should know this ain't
Yeah,
my
that's probably good.
first
Go up there.
You just watch yourself down here.
Yep. Okay, I think that's good. Keep coming up.
Go back a bit.
Keep coming up. Keep coming up.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. Okay, just keep going up. Keep going up. We gotta clear the back of the boat.
Top.
Wait. Can you turn? Can you spin the back end that way? Come down slightly.
That's it. Beautiful.
Okay, stop. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Spanner onto that. You're right. You're right.
Just make it up, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, spin the back around. Back in that way. That's it. Keep going. Yep. That's enough. Go up slightly. Yep. Now come out straight.
Still going to hit the back, mate.
Just go slow.
Should be able to get fast.
Yes.
This one's about to go out.
Okay, come down ever so slightly. Come down about that much. Yeah, woo. Okay, keep going back.
Yep. Beautiful.
Woo. Down a fraction. Stop. Go down. Yep.
That's it. It's perfect.
Okay, that's it. That's stop there, and just go straight back.
Straight back.
Just that hook down above you.
Hook above. Yep.
Yeah. Just watch this housing on the way past.
Yep.
We're clear.
You clear this side. What are you on that side?
Good. We're good.
Yep. You're right. You're clear now.
Just go straight back.
Go straight back.
Clear.
Yep. Just go back about 6 inches, and you're clear of the boat.
You got it.
Yep. You're clear now.
Does he know there's a gearbox next?
Yep. Yep. You're clear now.
Yeah.
Do you want the pallet under it?
Woohoo!
Somewhere down there.
Delivery.
Okay.
It's quite a ways.
Yeah, that's fine, eh?
Yeah.
Good.
All right, you guys happy there?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good to go, eh?
Just going to swing it.
So just go up. Oh, hang on. Just go forward and up.
A bit more forward.
Forward. Yeah, and up if you can. Straight up. Straight up.
Just pop out of the way the camera does.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going.
Sweet.
There we
You
go.
good there? Yep. Just go nice and slow backwards.
You have to lift up, do you?
That's a good. Up a bit.
Yeah.
Beauty. All good. Straight back. Beautiful. Lovely plan comes together.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's amazing.
Come up a bit more.
Thanks Dennis for your help over the last 2 weeks, and Duncan, thanks for helping move the engine and gearbox with us. It's been amazing, guys.
This mountain of tools and parts and so on, Dennis brought over, either brought them from Canada or bought them when he got here. So he bought like punch sets and vice grips, and these are bloody awesome lever bars. They're like Milwaukee H-beam type bars. And then this little gadget, this is pretty darn cool. Air sander, can't do it one-handed. Basically little wee air sanders. You got 2-inch sanding discs, a whole bunch of them.
3-inch over there.
Yeah, and little 3-inch ones, different grits and so on. And then you can get little flapper wheels for them, tiny wee flapper wheels. Step drills, socket adapters to go up and down in various different ones. A depth micrometer, we've got dial gauges, a whole bunch of blimmin' awesome gloves to use. These very near calipers, more inside micrometers, outside micrometers, really big, lovely big outside micrometer. Couple of magnetic trays, they don't stick to wood, and a couple of good knee pads, and then a whole bunch more inside mics here. So this is going to be flipping awesome in the engine room so that we can keep things running for a long time. Thank you so much for this, Dennis.
This goes out to you, Paddy. Thanks for all your lovely support.